How do you assemble an Ikea Kleppstad bed? Stay tuned, I'll take you through it step by step. Okay, so you need to start with items in the shorter box rather than the longer box. This is what the instructions are referring to in the first stage. Okay, so this rectangular cross-section part needs to be flat on the ground, the holes lined up like so. That's how they want it. And the other end wants to be fully unrolled and then re-rolled back by 1/2 roll. Okay, so these are from the other pack, so you just need to open both packs basically. Okay, so you can see at the end of this pole you've got a smaller hole there, larger hole there. Generally that means something's going to go through the larger hole, like a bolt or something, and it's going to engage. I'm betting it's probably that. So that wants to go that side outwards, and I think it's meant to go on like that, something like that. Yeah, that would be accurate. I bet you can see, yeah, that's accurate. That's what they want you to do. And then this end wants to line up with that there. Yeah, so that's what they want you to do. So let's put this through here, and then engage it in there. Just get it finger tight for now, and do the same on the other side. That is a 5mm hex bit, and we'll do it up to quite a low torque, pretty much the lowest it will go to start with. Okay, so you've got these kind of shorter bolts here, so these actually have a pan head on them and a long shank, so these are fundamentally different to the longer ones which you've just used on that end. So these are the shorter ones. So these are a 4mm hex head, so to avoid getting confused. Okay, so it goes into this hole here, the one, once you've got it half folded over, so you've got this underneath it, so it's not like that, it's like that. It goes into this hole here, so it's the one nearer the base. Okay, just like that, just goes in by hand. It's a 4mm hex bolt. It's quite a nice way of doing it quite quickly. And then just go in for, there we go, a little bit of torque, not too much. Same on the other end. There you go. Okay, so you can get a little bit of tension on it. Goes in like that. Again, can be twisted around. There's a fair bit of tension on that now, but it is okay. You're supposed to put tension on it. That is all right. Okay, and then what we're going to do now is we're just going to prop this up in a moment. We're going to take one of these bolts, just like what we used up there, and we're going to put it straight through that hole there, and it's going to engage with that thread there. And similarly on this side, we're just going to tension it up. We'll put this straight through this hole here, and it will engage with the thread in that middle section there. So we just need to get something to rest this up. The instructions suggest books of some sort. Okay, so I have actually propped it up on some books as they suggest. Obviously you can use anything, cardboard boxes, whatever. But what you need to do is just rotate that so on. You do need to put a fair amount of force on that to get it to hold in place. And then by hand to begin with, especially as there's tension on it, make sure that you put that in. That's now in fine. Need the 5mm hex bit on your drill driver, and again I've still got this to the lowest torque setting for now, which is nowhere near enough, so let's turn it up to about 10, I reckon. That's much better. Yeah, so you want to torque up at least, well, around 10 I would suggest on that one. Now this one's done, the other side will be a lot easier. Okay, so the headboard is now complete, and based on the headboard, I'm going to set this to a torque of 10, and we're going to do exactly the same as before. You see this hole here, so they've got two here. We've got the large hole here. I'm going to drop that through there, and that's going to then go into the only threaded hole in there. Slightly in by hand to begin with. Hope you can see that. There we go, and that's in. Same again, drop it through that one there. You notice these two have two smaller ones there, so they'll be used for the horizontal part of the bed later. The side slats. And then we're going to now assemble the side sections. Really is quite simple, honestly. So this one can go down the side. You'll notice that they have got these sort of keyhole bits on each of them, which will be for the slats, no doubt. This is the foot of the bed, that's the foot of the bed. The large part of the keyhole is closest to the foot of the bed, so yeah, I've got this the right way around. So this larger part of this keyhole cut out here wants to be at the foot of the bed. So you want it, this is the right hand side, if you like, of the bed as you look at it. Okay, so let's get a couple more of these. As with the others, it's got a large hole here and a small hole here, so we'll just poke that through there like so. Get it. And you notice I'm pulling this up from the ground, so this bit's at a bit of an angle, it's not quite vertical, so I'm just going to let this, instead of having this vertical, I'm going to let it just fall over slightly, so there's a uniform gap down here. I'm just going to push it back a teensy bit, yeah, so now, because if you don't get that exactly aligned, what you'll end up with is something like this. And if you try and do that, it either won't or it'll cross thread. You've got a problem on your hands if you cross thread, meaning the bolt doesn't go straight in, it goes in at a slight angle. You do not want that, believe me. Okay, again, torque 10. Probably shouldn't have done that all the way up actually. I'm just going to back that off slightly. Okay, let's get this in. That's in fine, that's in at torque 10. There we go. Again, I'm going to do them by hand. Again, I'm just going to tilt this down slightly so that it matches up perfectly. There we go. And as you can see, it's got a bit of blue thread lock on there, so even if the bit has a bit of vibration, I can't imagine what would cause that. And it's gonna maintain its structural integrity. You don't want to tighten one up before the other one's at least halfway in, right? So that's much better. Now that's in solid, nice and straight. Now this can go straight in. Okay, be really careful with that. It's quite easy to cross thread these, and if you cross thread them, it's probably back to Ikea for a new bed if you don't have a tap and die set. Okay, so I've actually put this on the wrong way around. Okay, this needs to go the other way around, so these two holes are pointing in this direction so that the central support can go down the middle. So don't do what I've just done here and put the whole bed frame together with the holes pointing outwards, because that'll be completely pointless. Leave a comment below if you'd like me to do another assembly and force it to cross thread and then show you how to get out of it. I'd be more than happy to do that if that would be of help. Now just on to the other end. So again, you'll want the remaining 4 of these long shank bolts. It's better if you do this part with 2 people, but you don't need to. If you are doing it on your own, what I recommend you do is do one side at a time, and don't fully tighten up both bolts on one side until you've done the other side, if that makes sense. And actually, to make it a bit easier, I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but to make it a bit easier, I'm going to support these ends with some books so that they might not be as high as they need to be, but they will be close to it. So I'm just going to offer the headboard up now. Now you can see that the 2 sides there are coming in quite a bit. That's completely okay because it's a tensioned frame, right? So once we bolt the first one in, I'd have to put tension on the second one to bolt that in, tighten everything up to full tightness or torque as you call it, and that will give the whole frame structural integrity beyond that of its component parts. Okay, so here's the first one. Got in too far, so just backed it out a bit. That's better, there we go. Just get this one in. And you can see, it's fine. There's no, in fact there's hardly any tension really on it. Now this first one I'm going to need to do halfway. Second one can go all the way. Okay, and that is the full frame done now. Okay, so as I've said, really not a good idea to put this end panel of the bed on the reverse way round, because these two holes here want to be facing in that way, and then that way when we get the this middle section here on, it will actually go on. Okay, so when you're putting the end of the bed on, make sure it's this way round, meaning that there's nothing in here but the two holes are on the inside of the bed and not on the outside, meaning that the feet go on the other way round as well. Now the middle section can go in. Before we put it onto the bed, we need to apply the feet to it, and you can see this way up it's got the keyhole openings, apertures. This way it does not, so we want it this way up, which means the feet will go straight through this hole and this hole here. So let's grab the long hex bolts here, long because it needs to go all the way through that tubular central support, and the feet go this way up, threaded section in the top. Nice and simple. And I think these will be a 4mm rather than, yeah they are, they're a 4mm. Just notice that these central feet of course need wide washers underneath the heads of the bolts to prevent the stanchion from bowing. So apologies. Yeah, and that's to prevent that basically. But obviously that's with no weight on it. With weight on it, that would cause a problem. So. Okay, so now to get these two ends in, we need these 4 small bolts, and again these are on the 4mm hex bolt. Put one of them in by hand to just hold it in place. That's it. Just going to hold that there. I'm not going to tighten that up. Using a power tool to do these up doesn't work because the angle of the power tool has to be like that, so it means it's not going in a square, and I've actually just rounded it off, which is really poor. So I'm actually going to use the tool they give. I'm going to use the 4mm one they give you. Spin it in with this end, and it's got like a ball head on it, so that means you've got a bit of excess flexibility. So when you're making these Ikea assembly items, sometimes you just think, if only I had a magic crystal ball and I could just see into the future, so I could see all the mistakes I was going to make. Well, this is one mistake you're probably going to make, so I'm going to help you avoid it. This end piece needs to have these two holes on the inside at the bottom, so it needs to be flipped round so that these holes are on the bottom, not on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the central slat, remove the base of the bed, and then I'm going to flip it round and then reattach it. So now we're going to get these corner pieces on. Okay, now it's time to get these little plastic clips on. What you do is, it needs to be the C needs to be facing the end of the bed there, so it just wants to go in the large hole, push it back into the small hole, simple as that. Right, next we're going to get a cover over that headboard. The longer bit is towards the back. Pull this around and zip it up. Oh, that's fine actually. It's not too much tension. There's a bit of tension there, but not a great deal. And then you've got these plastic clips which go on the central stanchion. Again, the C pointing away from the centre of the bed. There you go. Both ends. Okay, so if you do want to iron the headboard cover, do make sure that you iron it before you put it on and not afterwards. IKEA are quite careful to instruct you to do that, and also there is a label which says how hot the iron can go. There's one more thing we need to do before we can put these slats on, and that is, and it's quite a nice touch IKEA have made here, that is put this adhesive felt all the way along each of the supports where the slats are going to go. So we'll start that now. So this piece of felt just needs to be cut to size, and what I like to do is butt it up there without removing the adhesive, and then you've got a very clear guidance on where it needs to be cut. It's got to be millimetre perfect, right, but you can get it right up there. Get your scissors in. And this bit I've cut off can actually then be used for the final part, if you like, which is about there. Take it back about 5 mil. Okay, rock solid. Now the slats can go on. And as I say, the slats need to go convex up. So, and I would probably use gloves when you're putting these on, because there are some small splinters. Okay, also put them along, but make sure, like I say, that the slats are put into the bed so that the highest bit is there. Maybe not quite touching the edge of the bed. I would suggest leave a 5 mil gap. That way when you spring down on it, it's not going to rub against the metal, give you a noise. The other two of these are supposed to go under here. Right, well, there's now the corners can go over from the headrest. And that is how you assemble the Kleppstad bed from IKEA. Hope that helps. Please feel free to leave a comment below. I believe all feedback respectfully delivered is a gift. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos, please consider subscribing and be sure to press the bell button to make sure you get notified each time I upload a new video. I will be sure to be adding more IKEA videos in the future. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.